Welcome to the Church Apps Podcast.
Free software, built by the church, for the church.
If your church is streaming on Facebook, here's what someone actually goes through to find it. They pull up your page. Maybe you went live last Sunday. They scroll and scroll. Facebook doesn't surface old videos the way YouTube does. And Facebook doesn't keep them forever either. They quietly disappear. And even when someone does find one, watching a Facebook video on a TV, it's not a great experience.
YouTube is built for this. Videos stay, they're searchable, and they look great on any screen. That's why we recommend streaming to YouTube, and then embedding that same stream directly on your church site.
Here's how it works. You stream to YouTube like you normally would. Your B1 site picks up that feed and shows it right on your sermons page. Sunday morning, you post on Facebook. We're live. Watch here. Link goes to your site. They click through. The service is right there. And when it's over, your last 6 months of messages are waiting.
Facebook gets them to the door. Your site is the room they walk into. Let's start with adding sermons, because this is simpler than most people expect. In B1 Admin, go to Sermons. Click Add Sermon. Paste your YouTube ID in the field and hit Fetch. B1 pulls the title, the description, the publish date, and the duration straight from YouTube. You add the thumbnail and save. That's it.
You don't have to type any of that manually?
Paste the ID. Hit Fetch. Most of it fills in automatically.
What about a church that's been on YouTube for years? 100 sermons sitting there. They're not doing that one at a time.
There's a bulk import option right in that same dropdown. You can bring in a whole archive at once. Good way to get years of teaching into B1 without starting from scratch.
And while we're talking about archives, keep your original video files on a local drive too. Don't rely on YouTube as your only copy. Hard drives are cheap. Losing years of sermons to an account issue isn't something you want to find out the hard way.
Your archive is worth protecting.
What about the thumbnail? Fetch doesn't pull that one.
That one's manual, and it's worth the 2 minutes. The sermons page shows thumbnail cards. That image is the first thing someone sees before they decide to click. A dark screenshot from the service or a blank placeholder doesn't tell them anything. A clean graphic with the sermon title looks like a church that's put thought into this.
Same with the title. If you upload to YouTube as Sunday Service October 15th, nobody knows what that is. Give it a real name. Something that tells someone what the message is about before they hit play.
The title and the thumbnail are what makes someone click or scroll past. 5 minutes per sermon, and your library actually looks like something. Once you have a few sermons in, you can organize them into playlists. On the sermons page, there's a playlist panel on the right side. Click the plus button, give it a name, and that's your series. When you add a sermon, you pick which playlist it belongs to right in the form.
So someone visiting your site can follow a whole teaching series on, not just stumble on one random Sunday.
That's the whole point. Someone checking out your church for the first time. What they're actually asking is, what does this minister believe? How do they teach? Is this somewhere I want to be? A series answers that a lot better than one message does. They can start at week 1 and watch through.
And that's what you've got when someone clicks your link. Not a feed, a library.
No login, no algorithm, no suggested videos pulling them somewhere else. Just your church, your teaching, and a reason to keep watching.
And it works the other direction too. YouTube is a search engine. Someone types in how to forgive someone or dealing with anxiety as a Christian. They're not looking for your church. They're looking for an answer. If your sermon comes up, they watch it. They click through to your site. Now they're in your library.
You didn't reach them through a Sunday morning post. You reached them because your minister taught something they needed to hear. That's what a sermon library does that a Facebook page can't.
Now talk about the live stream piece, why? Because that's where it gets smart.
When you stream on Sundays, you're still going to stream to YouTube. That's fine. What B1 does is embed that stream on your own site. You go to Sermons, click the dropdown on Add Sermon, and choose Add Permanent Live URL. The video provider is already set to Current YouTube Live Stream. You paste your YouTube channel ID. There's a Get Your Channel ID link right there in the form, if you're not sure where to find it. Save it one time, and you're done. Every Sunday when you go live on YouTube, it shows up on your B1 Sermons page by itself.
Set it up on a Tuesday, forget about it. Sunday, it's just there.
You can also go to Sermons, then Live Stream Times, and configure your regular service schedule. B1 uses that to show a countdown before you start, and a Live Now indicator during the service. People on your site know exactly when to tune in.
What goes in that archive matters as much as having one. When you stream on Sunday morning, keep worship in. That's the full experience. That's what people are there for. But when you pull the sermon out for the archive, just use the sermon, not the whole service.
Walk people through why.
Worship is mixed for the room. Your sound team is working for the people in those seats. That same mix on a phone speaker or earbuds, it sounds rough. Echo, reverb, levels that don't translate. When someone sits down to watch your church online, they came for the teaching. Give them a clean start.
A tight 30-minute sermon is something people finish. An hour-long service recording is something people abandon halfway through. The sermon is your front door online.
The public sermons page, it's at your church's B1 address, /sermons. Latest sermon is the main card at the top, then tabs for recent sermons and series. No login, no friction, just your messages right there.
That is where you want people to land.
Try it this week, Go to Sermons in B1 Admin and add your last 3 Sundays. Paste each YouTube ID, hit fetch, save, 15 minutes, maybe less. Next time someone asks if they can watch last week's message, you've got somewhere real to send them.
That person who scrolled past your Sunday post on Facebook and clicked the link to your site. Your last 6 months of sermons were right there waiting.
And you own it. The software's free.
Because he set us free.